you made a point in reference to how the state of Florida is, and I kind of tell this all the time. From Key West, as you travel up 95, right, it gets worse and worse and worse. You get into Port St. Lucie.
Oh, my God.
I mean, you get a grand theft in Port St. Lucie, you're going to prison.
prison,
You're going to
literally.
prison. It could be your first offense.
Prison.
A grand theft, you pull off in Dade County,
Martin.
they'll either drop the case at the beginning, where sometimes you don't even need a lawyer, so they wait. You know, but you do anything. I had a kid, first offense in St. Lucie County.
Oh, I have stories, but go ahead.
About 10 years ago. It was a burglary, and it was part of this ring called the pillowcase burglars, where they would go guys from Broward would go up into Palm Beach, into Port St. Lucie, and they would go into your house, take a pillowcase from your bed, stuff it, get in the car and leave and go back down to Broward. The only evidence they had on this guy, allegedly, was as the car was leaving, one of the guys in the car waved at a retired FBI agent who happened to write down the license plate.
Oh, wow.
Okay? The car was a rental at a budget right on US 1, right next to the Cadillac dealership on US 1 north of Sunrise. So they went and looked at surveillance tapes there, and they see a bunch of kids that they can't recognize on the surveillance tape. And so they printed the car, and my kid had a fingerprint on the outside door handle of the rear passenger of the vehicle.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it?
I asked for a JOA on that case.
Judgment of acquittal. You're literally asking asking for the judge to make a ruling that there's not enough here to even proceed through trial.
Which happens at the end of all the evidence. But
Right.
that's all they had.
Right.
And so I brought out all this case law. The judge on that particular thing laughed at me. Showed me a 1901 case. I'll never forget it. I was like, 1901?
Oh, my God.
I go, Judge, this is a case that happened 6 months ago that's right on point, and you're showing me a 1901 case. That being said, he denied it. Jury came back guilty.
Oh, my goodness.
He gave him, for a first offender, not even juvenile priors, 15 years in prison.
Oh, my God. Whoa.
It took me 12 months to get that back on appeal. Not only did the 4th DCA reverse him, but they indicated the defendant should be released immediately from prison.
How long was he in before the appeal came back?
11 months.
11 months, you said?
It's what I call judge time.